Nurse T. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me again. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, to the new ones, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like what you see, go ahead and throw that thumbs up. And if you have any questions for me and you just want to chat with Nurse T, drop me a comment down below. In today's video, we're going to go over 3 nursing nuggets. And the first one I have is don't stretch yourself thin. So what I mean about don't stretch yourself thin is, okay, a lot of nursing students, as you graduate, you're going to embark on this thing called life. Now, in life, as a new graduate, especially a new graduate nurse, we often think about some of the big purchases we want to make, you know, our big homes, our cars, these luxury handbags, these fabulous vacations, you know, just a bunch of things that are out there that can sometimes put us in a financial strain. So one of my suggestions would be, when you graduate, is to always make sure you live within a comfortable budget. All right, so I know that sounds a little blah to already speak on budget, but it's important that you know this from the beginning before you bite off more than you can chew. So nothing worse than going out, making a purchase for a lovely home. Let's say you get approved for $400,000, $500,000 home, and you decide to use all of it and get in this home. Now you're at a point where you can't sleep in this home because you're always at work. You have nurses that have to have 2 jobs. You know, having 2 jobs is great. Having 2 jobs is awesome because you're definitely bringing in that paper, but it's awesome when it's by choice, you know. So to do it because you have to do it, that can become very stressful at some point. Also, going out there and buying these luxury vehicles, that you don't get a chance to drive. I say that because sometimes majority of the times when I show up to work, I admired this one car that would be in the garage, and I like the car, but when I show up to work, that car is there. It doesn't matter what day out the week, even if I pop up and do a educational class where I'm just popping up for an hour or two, that car is there. And it's a very luxury vehicle. Now, I'm sure it's over $100,000, but it's a car that's there from sun up to sun down. And it's kind of like, when do this person get to enjoy this car? When do this person get to stay home and just enjoy, period? But that's not my business. But what I'm saying is, you know, you don't want to get to the point where you biting off more than you could chew, because sometimes working as a nurse, you need your off days. And if you can't afford to be off, that's bad. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times when, you know, you might just be a person who just have that drive in you. You have that hustle. Like, working one job is just not for me. I'm here to tell you, majority of the time, I work 1 overtime day, and I do that because of my lifestyle. I like to buy what I want. I like to shop when I want, and I also have bills. So my bills, they get paid, but my overtime supports my extra livelihood that I like to live. So there's nothing wrong with that, but I also can cut it off when I feel like I need that break, when I need that balance, when I need to pour back into myself, and that's what's important. Sometimes we might have kids going to college and you might have to pick up a little extra. That's fine. But just make sure when you doing this extra is by choice. So the whole point is don't bite off more than you could chew. So don't. Number 2, I spoke on balance. So number 2 is about balance. It's important as nurses to have a balance, a work-life balance. If you one of the nurses that's working every single day, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, you're going to burn out. You're going to burn out quick. And like I told you, you can't pour from an empty cup. So you have to be able to balance your time to where you make time for you. You make time for, if you have a spouse, make time for your spouse. Make time for your children. Remember, anything that doesn't get water dies. Like, you know, you need water to grow. So you need to pour into yourself, pour into your family, your spouse, and your friendships. If you have friendships that are out there, true friendships, make sure y'all spending quality time. So all in all, have a good work. So when it comes to me, I would say I work an overtime day. I usually will work 2 days straight, then I'll have an off day, then I'll work 2 more days straight, and then I'll have 2 more off days. And on the off day, every off day that I'm off, I make sure I am going to the gym to have that staying healthy, releasing endorphins, and just keeping myself, physically healthy. And then I also meet with a friend, friend, family, and we'll do brunch. We do brunch on off days. Sometimes I cluster my off days to where I can have at least 4 to 5 in a row, and we might take a flight out to Miami somewhere, or take a flight out to Atlanta, or anywhere, whatever that may be. If I just want to go lay by the water, I'll have 3 days off, and I'm on the next thing flying in the sky. So just have those off days and have that balance. Have that balance where you're not living to work, but you're working to live. All right, something very important, last thing. Third nugget. All right, y'all. So know when to walk away. It is very important to know when to walk away. Now, I'm saying this with emphasis because I actually was listening to a video from another nurse who quit nursing, and she mentioned on there that it got so bad that a person she knew committed suicide. When it gets that bad, it shouldn't get that bad. That's because you have to know when to walk away. I'm going to tell you signs when you need to walk away. When you wake up and you feel like you having nightmares, like you dreading, like I'm talking about at the beginning, sometimes this happens. So at the beginning, sometimes we can dread because we just rather be in our bed. But when it gets to the point you having nightmares, you waking up in cold sweats, you just fearing this particular unit or job in general, is bringing out the stress in you and not the best in you, it's time to walk away. When you go to work and you find yourself having an attitude with everybody because everybody you just don't like on that unit, you just don't like the system, you just don't like anything, it's time to walk away. When you go into work and your patients are talking to you and telling you how they feel, the pain that they have, the signs, the symptoms, and you're like, okay, okay, all right, anything else? Like you don't care, please walk away. Because a lot of lives have been saved by nurses who actually pay attention and listen to their patients. And a lot of lives came to an end just due to nursing neglect. So if you feel like you don't want to be there for the patient's sake and for your sake, it's best that you go ahead and walk away. If you're a nurse, there are so many things to do other than bedside nursing. That's a video of its own. But we have the World Wide Web where you can get on here and get on Google or get on Indeed or any of these other sites and find out what other role other than bedside nursing can you land a job as a registered nurse, as an ADN nurse. Well, you're still a registered nurse, but as an LVN nurse, as a CNA, as a whatever you are, you can get out there and find something different. So just know when to walk away. And just know when to walk away, and that will be in the best interest of you and your patient. So again, I'm not going to drag this video out longer than what it should be. If you like what you see, go ahead and throw that thumbs up. If you have any comments for me, drop them down below. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk to me, talk to you, girl. And if not, without further ado, look forward to seeing you look forward to talking to you on the next one. Bye.